The animal kingdom is full of surprises. Some of them have quite amazing attributes that we can relate to. For instance, lions are known for chivalry. A fox is considered cunning. Dogs are associated with loyalty, whereas cats are famous for having an attitude. Don't forget the reptiles, who also have distinct characteristics. We understand that hearing the word reptile just makes you think of the vicious, cold-blooded crocodiles and frogs, but believe us when we tell you that these are the least of your worries, because once you learn about these deadly reptiles, and some amphibians, you won't be able to sleep for at least an entire week. But before we begin, do take a moment to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. If you don't do that, there's a good chance one of these reptiles might be paying you a visit. Turtles. Turtles are usually considered a symbol of perseverance and steadfastness, and they are amphibians. Just imagine finding the Zen turtle from Nemo. They're pretty, but not all the Zen as such. Don't underestimate these laid-back creatures, as some of them are quite vicious. Zen turtles are one of the most terrifying species of turtles, like alligators. On seeing them, you would want to immediately move away. It's a spontaneous response by the body due to the sheer ugly appearance of the turtles, leading to a feeling of dread. They have peculiar shapes. First of all, we see their mouth devoid of the regular curve. They possess beaks. If someone dares to mess with them, these turtles can chop off the bones of the offender with their beaks, as they can bite through anything, even metal. Well, a confrontation with a Zen turtle can easily turn into a deadly encounter, so you guys need to be extremely cautious around them. Lizards. Most of us are well acquainted with poisonous categories of snakes, but may not be aware of poisonous lizards. Get ready, we're going to introduce you to some venomous lizards. We can find numerous types of frightening lizards across the world, but none of these hold up against the Gila monster. When the word monster forms part of a name, it amply indicates the deadliness of that particular living being. This quite aptly applies to the Gila monster. It's 60 centimeters long, possesses an obese body and moves very slowly. It doesn't need to make a lot of effort to kill its prey, especially a human. Although their appearance is much more awful, the scariest feature relates to their teeth. Not only very sharp, to tear apart flesh, but also serve a dual purpose. At first, the teeth inflict deep wounds and then infuse venom. Venom injected by the Gila monster acts to block the nerves that paralyze the victim immediately. And once you're unable to twitch a single muscle, it won't be hard to understand why it's called a monster. Crocodiles. Crocodiles are the only reptiles we are innately programmed to fear. These scaly animals are capable of instilling fear in every person at first glance. Well, this fear is not just a myth. You'll need to face an actual crocodile in order to feel how frightening these are. It's true for all crocodiles, especially the saltwater ones. They hardly care for anyone or anything. If you get close to a crocodile, it'll try to suck you in and enjoy the meal. They have a combination of gigantic jaws with 66 teeth that provide them with enormous biting force. Therefore, they can conveniently kill a human without any remorse. In 2007, when partially sedated, a crocodile tore off the forearm of the man involved in the act. You can well imagine what the outcome would be if the crocodile was fully infuriated. Alligators. A great number of people make no distinction between crocodiles and alligators. Rather, they consider them to be the same. But they are quite different from each other. A critical person can find the main difference lies between the snout. Crocodiles have a tapered V-shaped snout, whereas alligators possess a U-shaped one. However, they do have a common deadly characteristic. Both will bite and kill humans who get close to them. Although alligators usually do not attack unless provoked, they are quite unpredictable and cannot be relied upon. Minor children who cannot run away fast enough may easily fall prey to a cunning alligator. In 2016, an alligator ate a child at Disney World. It's advisable to stay alert and cautious when visiting an area having alligators. Chameleons. Chameleons are considered a pretty friendly species of reptile, but there's no hard and fast rule stating that they won't harm you. There are some varieties of chameleon that are quite frightening, and you'd like to stay at a safe distance from them, particularly the veiled chameleon. They have an intimidating appearance that clearly gives a message not to mess with them. This awful look is meant to deter other chameleon lizards and people. An undesired movement or even no movement might make them feel threatened and they become highly aggressive. An infuriated chameleon's bite will have you rushing to the emergency ward, so be careful, guys. Pythons. A large number of people consider pythons just an imaginary reptile. They seem not to make much sense as they're humongous, very heavy and found all over the world. These dreadful predators are believed to exist in different shapes, sizes and colours. Each variety looks more frightening than the other. Despite being much feared for poison, pythons actually don't have any venom or poison. It's interesting to know how they manage to kill their victim while not being venomous. Pythons swiftly attack their prey, immediately get hold of it, pull it in and wrap themselves around the victim and compress them until they die. Mostly they eat their prey once it's dead, but in certain instances they don't wait. They start swallowing the body as a whole while the victim is still warm. They let the body break down inside them later on. It's quite a dreadful way to die, as well as get buried inside a mammoth reptile. Crocodile Monitors. Crocodile monitors are considered to be a mix of a crocodile, a lizard, a snake and the ugliest dragon one can imagine. They possess immensely long tongues and even longer tails. The tail makes the most of their bodies. Crocodile monitors are mostly found in trees and feed on birds and other minor animals. In case they come across a human that they don't like, they can thrust at them using their sharp nails or bite off a good piece of flesh. The impact of painful bites by crocodile monitors becomes more frightening as they are partially venomous. We advise you guys to avoid visiting the habitat of these dangerous reptiles and remain safe and vigilant in case you do visit. However, you need to be careful as some people keep them as exotic pets and then abandon them. Resultantly, some stray crocodile monitors might be roaming around in your vicinity. Black Caiman. Black caimans have a great resemblance with crocodiles and alligators, but in fact there are different species of reptiles. They are alpha or apex predators and therefore placed on top of the food chain. They have attained this top position because of their mind-blowing abilities. They're unbelievably patient and can wait for a long time to hunt down their prey. Once they're successful in catching the prey, they munch and eat them eagerly. Their jaws are immensely strong and powerful. The black caiman is about 6 meters long, thereby, if it just runs over a human, it'll require proper medical treatment. Imagine the damage it'll inflict if it bites you. Iguanas. Iguanas may seem quite cool while they're relaxing and even enjoying food thrown to them by visitors, but they are reptiles a sane person would not like to fiddle with. People must avoid coming across these scary lizard-like creatures because despite seeming docile, they have a menacing bite and are venomous. They can use their teeth to bite anything and kill anyone when they desire to, so it's better to stay at a safe distance. Geckos. Geckos are the cute lizards that people like to film and then share their videos on the internet. They talk eagerly about their cuteness, but be aware that is not the only type of gecko found in the world. Some types of gecko are quite dangerous. Tokay geckos are one of the most aggressive and hit-out types of reptiles. They are very strong and bite even stronger. If you annoy them, touch them or even stare at them offensively, they will come at you with full force. Snakes. Probably the scariest of all reptiles with surprising strength and their deadly venom, snakes are silent rulers of the class Reptilia. Though some snakes are very attractive due to their colourful patterns and are completely harmless to humans, others are immensely frightening. For instance, the king cobra, that can kill a man even before he cries for help, has been a subject in many fiction and documentary films. This category of snakes has a peculiarly effective cardiotoxic and neurotoxic action venom. It works in two ways. It immediately poisons the prey and chokes its heart alongside the collapse of the nervous system. It's not only the snake's poison that makes them dreadful, but their appearance also creates tremors in the heart. Once threatened, the snake whips out their hood to scout you out and spray you with toxic venom, or even assault you to bite for infusing venom into your body. They're notorious for getting hold of their victims. No wonder these toxic snakes are the category of reptiles that everyone desires to stay miles away from. Komodo Dragons. There's no doubt that Komodo dragons are the scariest reptiles found in the world. The inclusion of the word dragon in their name speaks volumes about their dreadful nature. Komodo dragons are some of the largest reptiles resembling lizards that currently exist on planet Earth. These mammoth reptiles don't just scare people because of their awful appearance, they're actually as dangerous as they are ugly. Komodo dragons are venomous and the venom possesses anticoagulant and hypotensive properties. The venom injected by the Komodo dragon leads to thinning of the blood, resulting in a sharp drop in the blood pressure that induces a state of shock in the body. This in turn forces all the body organs to cease functioning one after the other, almost like a line of dominoes falling. It results in a slow but painful death for the victim. We hope you guys enjoyed learning about these freaky reptiles. Don't forget to share your views in the comment section. We'll be back soon with another amazing and informative video. Until then, take good care of yourselves. Goodbye.